I mean, there's a lot of reenactors on our pages and stuff, but anyway, so they kind of know who we are and what we are and who we represent.
Bunch of parents.
Basically, yeah. But for people that don't know out there, public and all that kind of stuff, we're gonna do just a quick thing of uniform because I'm sick of being called the sergeant. So yeah, we're just gonna go through the basics of Royal Navy Commandos sort of service dress, really. So the Royal Navy Commandos were issued in 1937 pattern battle dress. Okay, it was the only thing they ever really had. They didn't have a smart parade dress or anything like that. They didn't wear the blues like the Royal Navy do. This was it, basically. When they were formed in 42, they basically went, right, okay, what can we give them? Chuck them a load of army gear, some Lewis guns and some SMLEs, and even some units, like P Commando did, but some units didn't actually get the green beret. They were still just wearing their Royal Navy caps. We wear Royal Navy caps as well. And also with the fair bit of sight knife. So if you turn that way, okay, so firstly you've got your titles, are in commando, okay, second down then is the combined ops patch, okay, anything to do with the special forces, commando units, everybody wore the combined ops badge, okay. So then down a bit further, which is where it gets confusing for most people that are just used to the army. Okay, so this above is a rank, okay, and this by here is service, okay. So these are his years of service, okay. They're good conduct chevrons or years of service stripes. There's quite a lot of different terminology for them as the Royal Navy goes more modern. So there's a lot of different terminology for them as the Royal Navy modernises, and not just that as well, there is a certain date where at a certain era they meant 12 years of service, and at a certain era they meant 13 years of service. They messed around with what one stripe meant, what two stripe meant, and what three stripes meant. So the rank above, which is the anchor, is a leading rate or a leading seaman. With army rank, it's about the same equivalent as a corporal or a full corporal. Underneath him you would have basically a rate or an able seaman. It was our uniform as well with, I mean that's, it stands out a bit, it's quite American, I always think of it. Everybody in the Royal Navy Commandos, the reason our reenactment group's called P Commando, everybody in the Royal Navy Commandos, the Royal Navy Commandos is kind of like the regiment's name, if you're familiar with the army terminology. So the organisation or the regiment is called the RN Commandos, Royal Navy Commandos, and underneath you'd have all these different units from A to W. W was Canadian, and they wore white lanyards. F wore white, N wore reds, there's loads of different colours. Everybody was basically given a different colour. P wore blue, and that's the reason we wear it. But there were all these different units, and there was about 60 odd guys in a unit, and everyone had their own colour lanyard. So if you turn around again, so again we got the titles, okay. This basically same as it is with the army, okay. Certain guys in certain units, same as Royal Navy, Army, RAF, anybody serving. I know there's plenty of you out there. Anybody serving could go and do their parachute course if they wanted to. Okay, that isn't a donation of being a Royal Navy Commando. That is basically this gentleman has gone and done his parachute course. Okay, so again underneath that then you have your combined ops patch. Okay, and then underneath here, okay, this is another one that confuses people, same as on my tunic. This is his trade. Okay, so before the Royal Navy Commandos were a commando unit, okay, we all belong to the Royal Navy. So everybody in the Royal Navy Commandos used to work on ships or import anything to do with the Royal Navy. So this is telling me that this gentleman works in gunnery. Okay, he's passed his qualification as well to become a leading rate. Okay, and on the quarter of gunnery as well. So there's hundreds of different trades in the Royal Navy. and most of the Royal Navy Commandos carried on wearing their trades all the way through. And if you look on my trade, I also worked in gunnery. And then if you look right at the bottom, on his sleeve, okay, the cross arms with the S denotes that this gentleman has done his sniper's course and is a designated sniper for his unit in P Commando or P1. Apart from that, if you spin around to the front, okay, and Green Beret, obviously, because he's qualified in the Commando course. Beside of that, or the Royal Navy caps that they wear sometimes, but a lot of the boys would wear Royal Navy caps in front of the Army to show they're different, and wear Green Berets in front of the Royal Navy to show they were different. The Green Beret, I mean, you guys know yourselves anyway, the Green Beret comes with a thing of pride behind it anyway, and it's quite an honourable thing, same as the parachute regiment when they wear their maroon berets. So a lot of the commando units in the RN Commandos were quite proud of having the Green Beret when they got issued with it, once they got qualified with the course. As reenactors, we're proud to wear it, and we're actually proud and privileged that we've actually had permission and thanks off the Commando Association in the UK to wear them and bring this unit to life, and wear them in an honorary way. Apart from that, you've got your ribbons, which is where normally it would have been where the gentleman would have served before the Royal Navy Commandos come in. The one by here always kind of throws people. This is the Royal Navy General Service Medal. Rank is above, okay. Crossed anchors with a crown is Petty Officer, okay, which is above a Legion rate, and it's about the same rank as a sergeant in the British Army. And then above me, then you'd have a Chief Petty Officer, and then above that, then you'd have Warrant Officer, and then you go into the officer sort of area. Below that, we used to wear them on some tunics. They were war service stripes. You get them on the Army have got their own variant, and everything we have seems to be red with blue backing. And every one of them donates a year of World War II that you would have served in. Again, you've got different trade qualification, combined ops, and your titles really, and just ribbon. And that's it, yeah.